Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Gemini collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides, talk to me. What do we got for the Geminis in mid-April, please? See what energies are floating around you, my friends. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Gemini, please. Talk to me about these energies, please, and thank you. Talk to my friends. And yeah, there's been a lot of things happening in the sky, in the astrology. Okay, yeah, all right. So this could be somebody reminiscent, doing a lot of thinking here. I mean, surprise, surprise, it's an air sign reading, right? You guys are known for a very active mindset. This one feels very reminiscent, like thinking, reminiscing, very Six of Cups like. But there's other tie-ins here too, also to like communication. There's a fondness in this energy as well. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit about this card. So, in the illustration, you see this lovely lady. Her eyes are closed and looks like she's deep in thought. There's a locket that she's holding. There's like a doll. There's letters. There's all sorts of symbolism within this card. And like I already mentioned, to me, this is someone who's either doing quite a bit of thinking or reminiscing, thinking about the past. Very Six of Cups like type of energy. So for a portion of you, that just might be a mode you're in. You might be thinking about a very specific thing or very specific individual. Or this could be vice versa, right? Maybe someone has you on the mind when this card is here. There's also like a wanting to communicate that I'm feeling in this energy as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if within the reading itself, we do see some cards that represent communicating, whether it's you wanting to communicate or someone wanting to grab your ear. That's a possibility whenever this card is in the mix. But as I already mentioned, lots of internal thinking based around the mind. Okay, so you might need some sort of outlet for that, especially if you've been doing any overthinking lately. So we're just going to put her down right over there. She could chill out for a minute. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So shuffle it up one time here for the Geminis, please. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading, my friends. And I will say this, for the past several weeks, there's been a very fiery, change-based type of energy in the air around Gemini. Okay, like things happening suddenly, things happening quickly, or things at the very least building up. And last week's reading was titled A Shocking Shift. We had Tower energy. It was all about change and transformation. So I do feel for a lot of Geminis, there could be a lot of things that are really going to shake up for you in a big way. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So when we take this out, it's for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. So let's get it going. 3 cards to start you off. What do we have for Gemini here, please? Mid-April for my good friends. Thank you. Oh, okay. That's a good change. We have the Ace of Cups. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but that is a good way to start. I love whenever any reading starts with an ace. Specifically, the Ace of Cups is a really good card. Let's get a couple more. Whoa, all right, double aces here for you, my friends. Eyes to the future, huh? Like, what's coming? What is coming for you guys? That's good. Let's get one more. Okay, wow. All right, Gemini. We got the Sun card right here on the back end. Woo! There is some really positive energy so far. Now, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. You know, we still have to clarify all this stuff, but so far we are looking pretty nice. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, if you know anything about tarot cards, you probably see why I'm getting pretty excited with this energy. Now, even if you're cross-watching for a Gemini, this could be a very, very good sign with all the stuff we have showing up. We have the double aces, the water and earth, which is all about potential, possible blessings. We have the most positive card in the whole entire deck right on the end. So I can't wait to really start linking all these pieces together, because to me, already this feels like so much possibility, or so many possibilities are in the ether for the Gemini collective. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, I already mentioned the fact that we're starting with an ace. We're not just starting with one ace, we're starting with two. Okay, it's always really positive, especially for the future and what you got coming in. We have the Ace of Cups. Now, in my simplistic style of reading, when I see the Ace of Cups, I could think about someone's emotional state. So how you might be feeling on the inside, your emotional state, your emotional levels. As with all aces, they all represent offers. They all represent opportunities, different paths. Now, the thing with any ace, it's not permanent, if that makes sense. It's like, all right, something's possibly coming in, but you got to make the right moves to collect on it. Okay, so just know that these are limited time possible, that you're going to have to make some moves to really seal this up and really get this offer and opportunity going. Ace of Cups could speak about relationships. So it's interesting that we have like an ace of relationships, and then the one that we have coming up is more about the material world. So it's like we have this beautiful yin yang of energy. So yeah, once again, this could represent love, deep emotional feelings, how you feel for someone, your feelings for them, their feelings for you, but it is very deep, a lot of possibilities here. I would say the only negative or challenge when it comes to aces is that they're not fully matured, if that makes sense. It's something that could be in the early stages, it could be new things. And all aces are communication as well, talking. So this could be an emotional talk or offer coming in. Into the center, we have the Ace of Pentacles. A lot of the similar themes still apply as to what I was saying about this Ace of Cups, where we have the offers, opportunities. This one is more linked to the material world. So we're talking about money. We're talking about your living situation, like the material world around you. And it's looking pretty good with this. So it's like Geminis have possibilities for their emotional world to improve, possible monetary growth here as well. So we're looking good pretty much across the board so far. Because remember, when we clarify, it could change the complexion of the energy a little bit. Once again, offer an opportunity coming in for you. Are you going to take it? This is my card of golden opportunities, literally, where Spirit's just putting something on a silver platter for you. So I see, I mean, if these aren't the opportunities already presenting themselves to you, this is just telling me that, hey, Gemini, in this time, you could really make some big strides or set yourself up for the future. There's just a lot of possibility. And the fact that we're adding the water with the earth, that's all about blessings. So we're looking pretty good. Now, it's the thing I like about this is like I'm using that theme of mixing water and earth. That's similar to like watering a plant and watching it grow. We have the third ingredient. We have the sun. So that's what, when you want to grow plants and vegetables and trees, you got water, the earth, and you gotta have a little bit of sunshine. Now this card could represent a Leo that you're connected to. It is the most positive card in the whole entire deck, hands down. I think most readers would agree to that. This is beautiful source energy. It's spiritual energy. It's light, life, and love. It's truth that shines down on us from spirit. A big portion of you, I do always mention that the sun represents things coming to light, having eureka moments, aha moments where the dots start to connect. So even before we get into the clarifiers, there's just such a beautiful, potent energy of possibilities and blessings coming in for you. Now, I do say every card has positive and challenge. The sun is the one exception, because even in the reverse, I feel like the sun is very good. I mean, unless you're having issues with a Leo. The sun to me is an extremely positive card no matter what. For some of you, worst case scenario, it could just be something coming to light that you didn't know about, that you're not really taking too well. But I want to dive deeper on all this, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for these lovely Geminis, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ace of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Ace of Cups time. Talk to me. Thank you. Yeah, and it's coming. Here it comes, my friends. I feel like for a lot of Geminis, you do have a magnetic energy. If there's been something that has been delayed or something that you've been waiting on for quite a long time, or just something that's been feeling stuck in the muck. For a portion of you, it could even be an emotion or feeling that you've been having where it's like sticking around, sticking around, sticking around. I feel like you could really shake that in this time if that's something you're wanting to do. The only warning I would say here, which is only a slight one, is especially if you're connected to an earth sign, like this feels very sporadic up and down where it's like you feel one way one second, another way the next. But notice we have this earth and water mixture still happening here. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Now in the upright, this is one of the slowest moving cards in the deck if it's not representing a person that you're connected to. And it's just super detail oriented. It could also be a message as well. I feel for a lot of you, you might need to know that you share some sort of energetic cord with an individual where like you pick up on their feelings, they pick up on yours. Take that however it hits. Just that's what it feels like to me here on the front end. But when I see this Knight of Pentacles showing up in reverse, this is action. This is forward movement. This is something coming in. So once again, I feel for a lot of you, especially if there's been a situation that's been stuck in the muck or just anything that you've been waiting on for a while that's felt stalled out or that's been sticking around for a long time, you might have a massive offer or an opportunity coming in to shift that up. And this is big action here on the front end. Let's keep moving. I like it. So let's see why that Ace of Pentacles is in the mix. So far, so good, my friends. Why is that Ace of Pentacles here? Thank you. Yeah, wow. So we do have the Hierophant in reverse, and I always say that the Hierophant in reverse reminds me of the Tower, okay? Especially with the grounded energy, and it's like this, the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles are so similar. This is so bizarre how this energy is coming out for you this week, seriously, because it's like we have Ace and then the planted energy in reverse. Ace, planted energy in reverse. So it's like boom, boom, like one after another. It's like win-win, offer, offer, opportunity, opportunity. It's like multiple coming in for you in different areas of life. So I would predict if times have been tough or whatever it might be, maybe things have been a little slow. I feel for a lot of Geminis in this time, keep your eyes peeled for the offers and opportunities. And I know that's a broad term there, but it's kind of encapsulating the whole spectrum. Like we're talking material and material and emotional. It's like all here. Now the Hierophant, this is a card that represents Taurus. And to me, this is a card of everyday life. This is a card of institutions like the government, corporations, things like that. This is not a movable energy. It is planted, it is firm, it is within the box, it is not outside of the box. When it shows up in reverse, this is upheaval. This is very similar to a tower, like I already mentioned a little earlier on. So what do towers represent? Shock, things coming in out of nowhere. So I feel you're going to make some big moves in this time, like big leaps and gains, and whatever it is that's taken up much of your focus. If you want to change something in your connections or your emotions or relationships, that's possible. If you want to change something in regards to what you do for work and money situations, that is also possible. To me, it feels like the world is your oyster. Okay, that's just how this feels to me, Gemini. I really, really do love it. So yeah, for some of you, whether this is a surprising or shocking offer, if we just want to slap a title on it, that's what it is here in the center. But notice how similar these both are, even the feeling that they're giving me. So it feels consecutive. It's like boom, boom, win-win, like one after another. Really good. Let's go in on the Sun. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. I'm liking this so far, my friends. And, you know, change, which is this in the bottom, isn't always easy. Sometimes it could be a little tough. Even with good things and good possibilities coming in, just the future looks bright. Future looks bright. So let's see why the Sun is here. Why is the Sun in the mix? Thank you. And as I said, the world is your oyster. We get a card that pretty much doubles down what I've been saying this whole entire time. Now, I just want to bring your attention back to the fact that the whole spread, aside from the Sun, that's up here in the corner, is water and earth. This is huge energy of blessings all over the place. And I feel like you got multiple coming in, Gemini. Probably one of the best readings I've done for you in months and months and months. The Seven of Cups, sure, it could kind of be like this energy we saw right here in the beginning, a little thought-based, a little daydreamy, someone who's up in the brain. Of course, it's very imaginative. But when I see the Seven of Cups in my most optimistic sense, I say that this is the menu board of life. There are so many options, there are so many paths, there are so many opportunities. It's all about picking and choosing which route you want to go. And when I see it underneath the sun, for a portion of you, if you've been trying to make a decision or choose a path to walk, I feel like that's going to become clear to you. You're going to know what you need to do. It's going to make sense. Like, you're finally going to know, like, okay, now I know what I need to do or which way I need to go. But once again, the world is your oyster, my friends. The massive energy of blessings and opportunities. And I feel like it's all here for the taking. Now, some of you may be watching this. You may be in a difficult situation. You may be in an uncomfortable situation. You may be in a boring time period for all I know, right? It could be any and all of that. But with what I'm seeing here, the future looks bright. This is a claimable type of energy, and I would expect it to pick up steam, especially since we have two cards that represent Taurus. We're moving into Taurus season very soon. I mean, at least at the time of this reading, we're on the back end of Aries. So keep that in mind. I would claim these energies like full blast with all these offers. So let's go through real quick and do a recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. I love it, Gemini. If you kindly look in the box, notice we have like two very similar energies in both of these. Position number one, we have the Ace of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Big action coming in, big offers coming in. I did say, like, yeah, if you're having issues with an earth sign, that could be the only thing we see as a little dicey. But there might just be a person you feel very hot and cold about, or someone where it's like, all right, well, I feel one way one second, another way the next. Like, it's very changeable emotion-wise. But I feel for a lot of you, you can make big gains in multiple areas of life. It's very, very positive. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Pentacles with the Hierophant in reverse. So very similar. I did say it could be a shocking or surprising offer, an opportunity coming in. It's all up in here, and it feels good. I feel like these are just claimable energies, and it feels consecutive. It's like one after another. It's like good after good, win after win. Beautiful. On to the back end, we have the Sun with the Seven of Cups in the upright. The world is your oyster, my friends. To me, it just says, like, yeah, it doesn't matter the current situation. It's not your final destination. And you have really broad horizons in front of you. So this looks really good. I would claim it. Please take a screenshot of that, Gemini, if you want to look into it further. Let's get you a shadow card now. So let's see what's in the shadows for Gemini. Lovely. I love seeing readings like this. I really do. I mean, you know, even if it was a tough one, I'd still give you the messages. But I just love when nice energies come through. It's really nice. So what do we got for Gemini here? What do we got? Oh, and yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a bad thing. They could be good too. And if, oh yes, if you'd like, you could check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. Let's get your shadow card out here, though. What do we got? Thank you. Okay, Eight of Swords. So yeah, there is this underlying energy that we've been seeing since the beginning with the Seven of Cups as well. The Eight of Swords could sometimes represent someone who's up in their own head a little too much. So I would say if you do have these energies coming towards you and they start presenting themselves to you, don't overthink it. Now, of course, be cautious. Don't jump into something if your gut's telling you not to. But the Eight of Swords, sometimes it could be high-strung and overthinking. And that is like a little line that we've been seeing within the whole reading itself is like, listen, don't overanalyze. Not everything has to have perfect sense or logic. Don't overthink things. Don't stress. I know this is all easier said than done. The rough thing about this Eight of Swords is like someone feels trapped, whether trapped within themselves or a situation. But the beautiful thing about this Ace of Swords is that it moves on quickly. That this energy, yeah, it's a rough patch, but it moves out just as quick as it came in. So for some of you, especially if you're going through a difficult time or you're in this Eight of Swords mode, just know that it could be moving through rather soon. So yeah, Gemini, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details. The April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.